So if you guys follow me on Twitter, you might have caught wind that Wifey Sauce and I recently bought a house. It's our first house ever. We're very excited. We haven't moved in yet. It's actually a fixer-upper and it needs quite a bit of work, which is why we got a pretty good deal on it. But I want to show it to you today. I just want to give you guys a grand tour, mainly because it's a huge milestone for Wifey Sauce and I, and it's also going to be the new Bitwit office for now. The current studio that we're in, we're actually going to be moving everything out of there, and this is now Bitwit HQ. So I guess it's somewhat related to the channel, apart from just being a sort of personal vlog, but here we go. The Enermax Lick Fusion 240mm all-in-one liquid cooler features a one-of-a-kind RGB sink water block with built-in flow indicator, static pressure optimized RGB fans, and a high-efficiency ceramic bearing pump for exceptional durability and noiseless operation. Click on the link below to learn more. Now for starters, you'll have to forgive me for not wanting to show the front of the house, just for obvious reasons. I don't want people driving by and recognizing it and then my address leaking out somehow. So we'll start here at the entryway. So we have a nice door. I'm not going to show you the full door either, but it's blue. But this is what you first see when you walk in. A mirror. I think Wifey Sauce and I don't need to get security cameras because anyone who breaks in through the front door will just get spooked by their own reflection and they'll just head the other way. I don't know how we feel about this. We actually get scared every time we come in here. We're not used to it yet, so that might stay if we get used to it, or it might go away sometime later. But there's gonna be a lot of changes to this place. And then you also have this wall that looks like a Christmas gift. It looks like a Christmas gift just waiting to be unwrapped and repainted. Now there's sort of a fork in the entryway here. You can either go down the hall and there's the 3 bedrooms, 3-bed, 2-bath house, or you can go left and explore the rest of the house. There's Wifey Sauce. Hi, honey. Hi. And here on the left of the entryway, we have our family room. This is like the nice or the fancy room. This is what I call it, where you have the really nice furniture that no one ever sits in. It's where you put the Christmas tree and stuff like that. And we are sort of in a woodsy area here in LA, but just to make us feel more connected to the ocean, blue carpet. Of course. As much as we love the sea, Wifey Sauce and I have agreed that this is probably gonna have to go.
Yeah, you have to show him this crazy
switch. Oh yes, let's take a look at the switch first. Mime
switch. The mime switch.
The mime switch. We're definitely keeping this. In fact, we're gonna try to find it and then just put it on every single light switch in the house, right?
Nope.
Totally. Then we also have some nice big windows here, a lot of natural sunlight. A little doorway here, and that gives you access to the dining room. And there's kind of a straight shot to the living room area, which we'll take a look at in a sec. Kitchen's over here. We got a sort of a big fireplace that's very Game of Thronesy. We might keep the fireplace, but just kind of redo the actual style. This dining room is huge, which I really like. You have a lot of cabinetry here. There's a ceiling fan. We might swap that out. But it really gives you a lot of space for a large dining room table so that if we have friends and family over for lunch or for dinner, or just want to play some tabletop games, we have plenty of room to do that here. The kitchen's also really nice, IMO. I think it looks good. Wifey Sauce likes most of it. For the most part, she likes it too, but there are a couple minor things that we want to do just to make it a little bit more our own. We want to paint all the cabinets, not sure what color yet, but we also want to change the knobs. They look a little bit dated and stuff, but for all intents and purposes, it's a pretty solid looking kitchen, you know, pretty nice stove. Got, what is that thing called? A hood? It's a hood. We got a hood. That double oven though, Wifey Sauce really likes the double oven. This is kind of her domain. I don't spend much time in the kitchen, but she's digging it so far. The fridge was included, so that was cool. And then it's kind of interesting because right next to the kitchen you have the laundry area. So there's the laundry hookups, washer and dryer, and then sort of another door that leads to the backyard. And we kind of want to separate this, especially because, you know, we have those 2 pesky cats and that massive self-cleaning litter box that needs to go somewhere. This is really the only place in the house that it could go, but we obviously don't want it next to the kitchen. So what we might do is just build a wall right here, right behind the stove here, and then create a door going this way. That way you can still have access to the kitchen from the hallway. So this is the hallway, the first fork in the road that I showed you guys earlier with the bedrooms. Here we are again, back at the front of the house, and let's go down the hallway here. So first of all, we have a closet, some closet space. It's a one place to keep the bodies. This is the first bathroom, one of 2. This is the guest bathroom, I suppose, and look at this mirror. Like, what's going on here? It looks like they paid extra to have 7 years bad luck. This is the design. This is the actual, that was intentional. Toilet looks like a great toilet, but we'll probably change it anyway. The tile obviously here is really dated in the shower. This probably needs to be completely redone. Whether or not that gets done sooner or later, we're still deciding. We have a lot of other things on our plate, like the roof. The roof needs to be changed. We need to redo all the plumbing as well because it's still original galvanized. The house was built in 1965, so we need to switch that over to copper ASAP. And then, the actual aesthetics of things can come later. And then we also have our first bedroom. So again, ocean carpet. We have a nice ceiling fan here and the weirdest, kind of sketchiest looking closet doors I've ever seen. We'll get rid of those soon. But they are sliding, so that's good. Oh look, they left behind a little nightlight for us. Bonus ad, and if we mosey on down here, more cabinetry. This is the dungeon room. This is the room that gets the least amount of natural lighting. It's just that one window. And then look at this brick. What's going on with this brick? Oh, it's a retaining wall, that's right. So it's a retaining wall, but what's going on with the paint? I mean, it can still be a retaining wall and not look hideous, can it? So, yep, paint job incoming there. So this bedroom is probably gonna be like the office area, sort of like, where our editing stations will be, because it is so dark. That actually helps us in a way. So when we're doing color grading and stuff, we actually have a pretty decent sliding glass door here, or closet, with some interesting shelving there as well. I may also do some shooting here because sunlight can make things trickier when you're trying to shoot. Being able to control your lighting with your own lights and stuff is pretty key. Lighting pun. So this might also be a shooting room, I haven't decided yet, as well as the first room that I showed you. That's also gonna be probably a shooting room and additional storage. The last bedroom here is the master. Still the same carpet, but now we have a nice pistachio green to the walls. Again, flooring and walls in the entire house is going to be redone ASAP, probably before we move in. And then this is the master bathroom. So it's tiny, it's not very impressive or anything, but hopefully with some love and care, and by love and care I mean completely ripping everything out, it should look a little bit nicer. The master bedroom has the largest closet as well. It almost spans the entire width of the room, and it is mirrored. So since this bedroom is the last one down the hall, you can kind of see we're at the end of the house, and we're gonna walk back towards the front. We're gonna turn right, go back to the dining area, and the last actual room of the house is the living room. This is the part of the house that Wifey Sauce and I fell in love with the most because it's a nice big open space. We really wanted something to grow into, something that wouldn't feel cramped, a nice big common area for hosting friends and family, get-togethers and things like that. What's that?
Why are you lying?
Lying about what?
That's not my favorite part of this house.
Oh, it's not?
No.
What's your favorite part?
The yard.
Oh, I don't even know who you are anymore. All right, okay, give me a sec. So this is the part of the house that I fell in love with the most. Wifey Sauce does not agree, but it's a great space for entertaining and there's a lot of potential here, even though it has its own quirks. So we have a step that goes down, sort of a weird multi-level thing, and then it goes back up. So basically this whole area, starting from this step all the way to the end where that window is, this is all an add-on. And the reason why they lifted this part of the room is because of drainage. If you actually had this whole area flush with this floor, then water would most likely creep into the house should a heavy rainstorm or some flooding occur. To make matters even weirder, we also have a really low part of the ceiling here. So I am relatively short, I am 5'7", and you can see here, if I had a wider lens, the ceiling is right here. There's only maybe a foot or so over my head. And so people who are taller are obviously gonna have issues or potentially hit their heads when they're walking in or out of this place. So what we wanna do is actually take this roof, because the whole place needs to be re-roofed anyway. So in the process of that, we have a really nice pitch ceiling here, and we're actually gonna extend it all the way, potentially. This is all assuming that things go smoothly, which totally always happens. We're gonna extend that all the way so that this entire area, this entire white part, will look just like that. And I think Wifey Sauce wants to also drywall it so you don't actually see the wood paneling, but it's just gonna look like more white wall. And then we'll actually lift this whole wooden area to be flush with the carpet here and the tile there, so it's all just one even level. This is definitely gonna be the biggest renovation project that Wifey Sauce and I undertake before we move into the house. So hopefully when it's all said and done, it'll look a lot nicer in here and be a bit more practical as well. That's also kind of an interesting little outlook window from the kitchen. You can see right there. So when Wifey Sauce is cooking or whatever, she can keep tabs on me while I'm watching the game. I actually don't watch sports, esports game. And then we also have this weird space helmet. It's actually a fireplace, and it's a really, really old one, and it's not safe. Actually, the inspector came in and was like, you should remove this. This is a fire hazard, never use this. And it's also really ugly, so Wifey Sauce and I are gonna take that out as well. And then Wifey Sauce's favorite part of the house, allegedly, is the backyard. Wifey Sauce wanted a fairly large yard. It's a nice yard. I like it because there's not a ton of grass. Oh yeah, there's no grass. That's even better because it's just less to maintain, things like that. Kind of has a deserty feel. Obviously, there's a lot to be done back here, but there's loads and loads of potential, like the rest of the house. And also, that's not even it. Like, there's this weird other patio area. And this barbecue pit here just looks really old. We'll have to remove that at some point. There's the door that leads to the laundry room. And there's a sliding glass door that leads to the living room. So 2 ways to access this area or get back into the house. So yeah, lots of big trees, nature and stuff. All right, now I told you guys I wasn't gonna show you the front of the house, but I kinda lied because I wanna show you the garage. This is a garage door. So now you know what our garage door looks like. But since we are working out of home, at least for the time being, this is going to be partial storage. It's a 2-car garage, nothing fancy, but it's space. And this way we won't actually need to buy like a public storage unit or something like that. Not sure what's up with these stains. It looks like something from Doom came here, but they left a really cool workbench here. It's small, but it's really cool. It's kind of old and vintagey, with the sort of Pixar lamp on it. We also got this built-in shelving just ready to go. So very much looking forward to working from home again. Obviously, there are pros and cons to working in an office, but I think this time around working from home is gonna work a lot better for Wifey Sauce and I because we have more space than we did in that 10 by 10 room at my grandparents' place. So we're gonna have more room to be organized. There's not gonna be computer cases just in every single room, things like that. And overall, I think we're gonna be a lot happier here. By the way, if you guys are worried at all about awesome hardware, don't be. Paul and I are still gonna make the drive to each other's place every single week to do the show. This place is actually not much further away from him than my grandparents' place was. So there it is, guys. This is Wifey Sauce and I's new house, and we're so incredibly excited to turn it into a home and invite you guys into it with our videos and stuff moving forward. Also, a huge, huge thank you to our friends and our family, especially, who made this possible.
We wouldn't have been able to do without you guys.
Literally impossible without you guys. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. And finally, thanks to all of you just for all the support that you've given us over the years, or even if it's just recently. We really appreciate it. We also wouldn't be here without you. So thank you.
Thank you.
That's gonna do it for now, guys. Toss a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Get subscribed for more tech stuff coming at you really soon, and we will see you in the next video.